G'day everyone, it's Justin and Matt.
Hello.
Two dads again from BRRRRM Australia, coming to you today from Matt's new daily driver. Now mate, we haven't seen you on the channel for a little bit, have we? It's been a few weeks.
It has been.
You know, Scott's been filling issues, which is good.
Yes, he has, and doing a great job.
I think I may know why.
Busted. Yes.
What are we in today, mate?
Well, I thought it's time to treat myself a little bit.
Time and upgrade from the Renault?
Upgrade from the Renault, as much as I loved it.
Yeah.
As you know from the previous video. I decided to treat myself and I purchased a 2016 Audi RS3 Sportback.
Ooh, nice. Very family friendly. It's got space in the rear. It's a 5-door hatchback. It's got the safety of all-wheel drive. What's so special about this one though?
Well, this one is not as it was rolled off the factory floor.
Okay.
The original owner did spec it with every conceivable option that you could imagine.
So it's got some special Quattro bits on it too, like Quattro GmbH. That's like the, I don't know, what is it, like a special division of Audi that does bespoke things?
Exactly right,
Okay.
yeah. So it's got fairly unique paint, which is from their custom range.
What's it called?
It's called Panther Black.
All right, okay.
And it's a crystal paint, so it's got a pearlescent effect through it.
Yep.
Which is I guess a fairly substantial cost option.
Yep. Okay.
As everything Audi is.
Right.
It's also got full electric seats, which is not usually spec'd on a car like this. Mostly it's got the diamond stitch, manually operated seats.
Ah, like the sport ones.
Exactly.
The race style ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it makes this really comfortable for long journeys, and it's got the Alcantara insert, so it still holds you in there nicely as well.
Yeah.
Heated and all the luxury mod cons.
Right.
The guy went to town on it. Every conceivable option was ticked.
Okay.
So it's got adaptive cruise. It's got the assist, high beam assist, the seats, the sunroof, the paint, and a myriad of other things. Carbon inserts. Yeah, it's fully loaded.
Now, mate, I won't be rude and ask what you paid for it, but this car, you with all those options, what would it be for?
Over $110,000 for A3 on steroids. Really what it is.
Okay.
And a bit more.
Alright.
Yes.
So the RS3 comes with a 2.5 litre 5-cylinder turbo, doesn't it?
That's
From
right.
The original sort of derivative of the original the Quattros back in the 80s.
In the 80s,
where the
yeah.
Audis just continually developed it.
That's right. Group B rally style. That noise. Quattro all drive.
DSG
right.
7-speed?
7-speed DSG. So it's the top of the range gearbox that you get in this series,
Okay.
which is great.
Now, standard, what does one of these things put out in terms of power and torque?
Standard, it is 270 kilowatts at the flywheel.
Yep.
And torque figures are about 380.
Okay.
380, 400 newton meters.
A 2016, the 2017 one's just come out, hasn't it?
That's right.
That's putting out about 201?
294 at the flywheel.
Okay.
At the flywheel. Yeah.
But this one has been mucked around with, hasn't it?
It has.
What's this one putting out?
So this one is putting out 300 kilowatts at all four wheels.
And you've had it dynoed and
Tuned and yeah. It's not standard. It's had a few tweaks done to it.
I gotta say, mate, like we're just driving around at normal speeds in suburban Sydney. Number one, the ride is really, really nice. It's fine, but it doesn't seem it's like a 300 kilowatt animal at all. It's just
Exactly. It's the Jekyll and Hyde factor.
Wow.
It is if you see the external aesthetics of the car, it's understated. People that know what they're looking at will pick it straight away, but it is understated. But
so to get that 300 kilowatts, what have they done? They've actually done an ECU tune to it, ECU flash or something.
Custom ECU tune.
Yeah. Any mechanical stuff done on it?
There are a few mechanical things. It's got a larger front mount intercooler to keep the inlet temperatures down. The turbo's been high flowed, so it spools up a bit quicker. And it's got a full Miltech exhaust from the turbo back with the valve control, so hence why it's so quiet. It's quieter than normal standard.
Sounds quiet, this thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, until you put it in dynamic mode and then drop it back.
Okay.
And then it changes things.
Holy.
So it's the best of both worlds. So out of this corner, it just grips, right? And then the gearbox changes really nicely, and then you can just drop it back into comfort mode. Valves close.
Wow.
You wouldn't know it could do that.
Oh, this thing's a beast.
Yes.
Now, I know your driving history. You enjoy your track days. Have you taken this thing out the track yet?
I have. I've actually done the quarter mile in it at Western Sydney, the drags, and I've also done a track day in the full GP circuit. Which was phenomenally fun.
What did it come up on the quarter?
So the quarter, it did a 11.8 second quarter mile, and that was under conditions which weren't ideal. Or someone let a bit of oil on the track beforehand. So yeah, I'm hoping to get a little bit more out of it next time I go out. But still, it's technically an 11-second car. All right. A station wagon put the whole family in the car. And then around the circuit, the full GP circuit at Eastern Creek, it was super fun. Gave a few fairly expensive exotic cars a bit of a spanking and surprised a few people at the same time. We've got a lot of comments when I was out there. So yeah, but got down to some pretty high speeds down the straight that just absolutely rockets out of corners. That last corner it went like a scolded cat.
Alright, so I gather from all this that you love the car, you love the performance. everything.
Love it.
Anything you don't like about it?
The one thing I don't like, and it's this signature characteristic of this car, is the understeer. And all the reviews say it. They go on about it. But I'm trying to, I guess, negate that and balance that out. So I've had a adjustable rear sway bar installed.
Yep.
And that made a massive difference.
Plus also, the RS3s have like larger tyres on the front to the rear, don't they?
They do, yeah. They've got a
try
reverse.
And dial that understeer out.
It's a reverse stagger, which is weird. Every time I ask to get some tyre quotes, the tyre shop owner thinks I'm crazy.
Okay.
It's got larger tyres, larger size tyres on the front than the rear. So 255 section front, 235s on the rear.
Oh, okay.
Which is bizarre. Just don't get it, but it works.
All right. Okay.
It seems to.
Plus, also you've because you've done some track days, haven't you? You've replaced. You said you replaced the tyres already. You've put what Yokohama ADO, what is it, 8008R sort of semi-slick tyres on them.
That's correct. Yeah,
Okay.
and that made a big difference as well.
Oh, good. Okay.
Which is great. That's what's on there at the moment. Good street tyre and also on the track.
Yep.
So no, it just handles so well.
Okay. But I think you mentioned to me the other day that the only sort of weak point that you found, what, brakes?
Yeah, the brakes.
But surely they're big brakes on this thing, aren't they? Like
well, they've got the pistons are exactly the same as in the Audi R8 and the Lamborghini Gallardo.
Okay.
So 8 pots. They're huge, but the discs are the weak point.
Okay.
They manufactured a disc for the offside.
Yep.
Cooling vanes, and they use that same one on the right, so the cooling vanes are in reverse. So when I was on the track, the front right rotor nearly caught on fire. It was bizarre. They were glowing red. They were just absolutely glowing. I cooled down for 10 minutes, still smoke pouring off it.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's probably the next upgrade that I'll perform. Which is great that there's an upgrade which will fix that problem, and it's not that expensive.
Okay.
Besides that, the braking force, the pressures were fantastic. It's just the rotors aren't that great.
So you think you've found your ideal fun and family-friendly car at the moment?
This is it. I'm in love with this car. Absolutely love it. Love the look of it. I think, I'm a wagon fan and estate sort of guy. I love it. The practicality.
I've seen it's got room in the back. It feels solid, this car too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like the build quality of it just feels really, really solid.
It does.
The X Factor question, I suppose, I don't need to ask it, do I? You just keep looking back at this thing all the time, don't you?
Oh, I can't stop looking. It's a little bit embarrassing. And surprisingly, it gets quite a lot of looks, even when I'm driving down the street normally.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. It's maybe the lines. It's been slightly lowered.
Lowered, hasn't it? Yeah.
Lowered, and
There's not much of a gap between the tyres and the guards.
there's not. No, it's just been set up really well. It really well. It's an all-round sort of vehicle. You can, go somewhere nice, and it feels special inside, and then you take it to the track and give it a hiding, and it just withstands that as well.
Well, mate, I'm impressed. I mean, the Jekyll and Hydeness of this car, like you can just drive it around just like a sedate, normal, fun hatchback. But boy, oh boy, it's got some go.
It does. Yeah. When you use a launch control, it just rockets out of the gate phenomenally well. Love it.
Okay, well, I guess we might wrap this one up now because you're having too much fun.
Okay.
Anyway, just want to say a big thanks to everybody out there for watching it, and mate, congratulations. It's an awesome new daily driver.
Thank you, and looking forward to doing a few more reviews with you guys.
Thank you. Yeah,
really
you're going to have
enjoyable.
to stop driving this thing and actually drive some other cars for us, can't you?
For a little while.
Okay. See you guys.
Thanks, guys.